Welcome back to my channel, guys. Today's video is kind of a random thoughts and discussions about perfumes, and I wanted to share with you kind of my thought process about how I'm going to go about expanding my perfume collection in the future, as well as how I'm going to get rid of some of them in the future. So if you're interested in hearing my thought process about this and kind of the little revelation that I've had, then stay tuned. Also, make sure to subscribe so that you don't miss any future content if you haven't already. And without further ado, let's get started. Hi guys, so welcome back to my channel. Today is just kind of a random midday afternoon video talking about perfumes in general. And I'm not really sure which direction I will take with this, but I just was inspired to tell you guys a little bit about my thought process and how I'm going to be moving forward in regards to buying perfumes in the future, as well as doing perfume declutter videos. So definitely keep your eyes peeled. I will be doing another perfume declutter probably, I think, in September. I have all of these perfumes here. Most of them I'm going to be keeping. I have a bunch of perfumes here, and then I have a whole bunch of perfumes in that bin there, which are actually all going to be decluttered, and some of those you have not seen before. But I'm just kind of waiting until the fall because I've done a declutter very recently and I just don't want to do another one too close, because then it seems like all I do is get rid of perfumes, and that's definitely not the vibe that I want to give off. So as you guys know, on this cake tray here, I do have some of my most favorite perfumes, as well as the ones that I'm working on wearing for the summertime. And then I have some that I'm really looking forward to wearing in the winter, and they're all kind of just interspersed right now. I don't have these ones here sitting on a tray just because I don't currently have a tray big enough to hold all of my perfumes. And then what I find myself doing is I try to fit them all on a tray. And if they don't fit, then my mentality starts to lean toward, uh-oh, I should get rid of them. I should declutter because they don't fit. And I definitely don't want that to be the case, because I don't think that you should choose your perfume collection based on how many fit in a tray. If that works for you, then that's great. But for me, I'd probably be forcing myself to kind of cut out a couple of fragrances just because they didn't fit, and I definitely don't want to do that. So I kind of just have a lot of my favorite perfumes sitting out here right now, whether or not they are winter perfumes or summer perfumes or date night perfumes. I also do have a few perfumes coming in the mail, and I will be doing a video about date night perfumes coming up very soon, so definitely keep your eyes peeled for that. This bin here is kind of a disaster, so please excuse it. I have a hard time keeping them standing up, and some of them are too tall for like the lid, so they're all just lying down, and I have a lot of random ones in here. So I have the Jessica Simpson Vintage Bloom one that I bought just for the bottle and for the package because I thought it was so cute, which I'm going to come back and talk about in a minute. I also have a backup of Alien in here, and then I have some perfumes that I don't wear but I keep them for other reasons, which is something I'm going to try to stop doing. So for instance, I have On Salance from Guerlain, and I literally only have this bottle because the bottle is so pretty, and I just think it's kind of like a collector's piece, but I never ever wear it because it's just really not my vibe. I also have Chanel No. 5 Eau de Parfum, which I've told you guys I sometimes do wear to bed when I feel like pampering myself and I feel like giving myself that like old Hollywood glamour kind of feeling. But again, I pretty much just have it because it's a Chanel and it's kind of like a iconic Chanel must-have, but I really don't wear it other than to bed sometimes. I also have like my favorite, I guess if you can call it my favorite celebrity fragrance, which is Jessica Simpson Fancy. And this one, the bottle is really pretty, and the only time I ever wear this one is to work occasionally because it's very light and I can get away with it at work. But really, like if I wanted to wear something that would really wow somebody, or like the best date night fragrance or something, it probably wouldn't be this one. In here as well, I also have Hypnotic Poison, which I'm just waiting for winter to wear. But like I was mentioning, I kind of want to get away from having perfumes just for the sake of having them. I don't want to buy any more perfumes just to have the bottle, even though I just couldn't help myself with this one because look at how cute that packaging is. This is such a pretty box. I just fell in love with it, and I just really, really wanted it. But to be honest, I probably won't ever wear the fragrance because even though the fragrance is nice, it's kind of a citrusy, light floral summer scent, and it's quite nice. Like there's nothing wrong with it, but I probably won't choose it because it's not one of my favorite summer fragrances. Also with like the collector's types of perfumes, like the Chanel No. 5 And I also have number 5 Low. I just don't tend to wear the number 5 Low very often at all. I just really want to start being more honest with myself and really make sure that the perfumes that I'm keeping because I actually love and will wear the perfumes. Something else that I want to stop doing is holding on to perfumes because I have previously talked them up. So I'm sure that if you yourself have a YouTube channel or do perfume reviews, sometimes it's very hard to be honest with yourself and to let yourself let go of perfumes if you have previously done a video talking about them and you really expressed that you really liked that perfume. So for instance, I have Bulgari Goldia, which by the way is a beautiful perfume and I actually really like it. It's a very pretty sun-kissed summer yellow floral type of fragrance. It has a bit of a beachy vibe, but it's also very sexy and very sweet. And I really like this fragrance. I just hardly ever reach for it these days, I'm finding, and I kind of hold on to it because I almost feel like a sense of responsibility because I've talked to you guys about it and I've told you how much I liked it, and that kind of makes me feel like I should hold on to it because I don't want to sound like a hypocrite where one week I'm saying this perfume is so amazing and then the next week I'm saying I don't actually wear this very much and I'm thinking of selling it or whatever the case is. So that's another thing that I want to try to get away from, is holding on to perfumes just because I've recently talked about them and told you I really liked them. And that being said, just as a disclaimer, you guys, I think that all of us as human beings, our likes and our dislikes are subject to change. God knows that my taste in perfume has changed so much over the last 6 months or so. I have perfumes in my collection that I used to hate and now I love them. And I've also gotten rid of a lot of perfumes that were in my collection that I used to love and think I was going to keep for life. And literally the next month I changed my mind. So I think that we're all subject to change our minds and have different tastes, and our tastes are going to change and our tastes are going to evolve when it comes to fragrances for sure. So I just want to say that as a disclaimer, you guys. Definitely, you know, if somebody is talking up a perfume and recommending a perfume to you, still do your own research and make sure that you're buying it based on if it's something you think you would like, because just because somebody says something is the best perfume in the world doesn't mean you're going to love it. And I can think of numerous examples of that, like Oud Bouquet for myself. Even though it's talked about so much, I cannot wear Oud Bouquet. So like I said, from now on, I'm going to be choosing a quality over quantity mindset when it comes to perfumes. So I'm not going to be doing any more of the buying like 5 or 6 cheapies from discount sites blindly, or even not blindly, just on the hopes that I like them, because I would rather have, you know, 15 or 20 or 30 amazing perfumes that are like lifer perfumes that I absolutely love than to have 100 or 150 that are just sort of okay in my mind. So some perfumes for me, just as an example, that are like, wow, like when I smell them, my eyes roll back in my head. I love them. I cannot get enough of them, is something like Mon Guerlain. Absolutely love that one. Mancera Roses Vanille. I absolutely love that one. Chloe Absolue, Coco Mademoiselle from Chanel. I absolutely love that one. Chanel Chance Eau de Parfum. Victor and Rolf Flower Bomb is one of my all-time favorites. Alien for me is one of those perfumes. So I have certain perfumes in here that when I look at them and when I smell them, I have the type of reaction that you should really have, which is your eyes literally roll back in your head. You love it so much. That is how I want my whole collection to be going forward. So I'm really putting a lot more thought into which perfumes I'm buying, and I'm really doing a lot more research and looking at the notes and making my choices based on quality and how much I'm going to cherish and value that perfume, more so than just buying for the sake of having a lot of perfumes. And I kind of have that same mindset with my handbags and with my shoes. I have the odd handbag that was a little bit more affordable and I really love. Like this straw handbag here was only $35, but I absolutely love it. And then all of my other ones, I try to be very picky and choosy and make sure I'm actually investing so that I have fewer, better things in my wardrobe. I don't know. I just kind of wanted to share that little mindset with you guys, and I know that this wasn't a really exciting video, but I just kind of wanted to share that mindset and show you where I'm at, and also tell you to definitely be on the lookout because I am going to be having a couple of very, very exciting perfumes coming in the future. I don't want to give it away, but I've got a couple of niche, I've got a couple of really high-end ones. I'm very, very excited to be able to share those with you coming up. And of course, shortly after that, I will probably do another mini perfume declutter. And also keep your eyes peeled for my Seduce and Destroy date night video, which will be coming up very soon as well. And yeah, that's all I really had to say today. So you guys, that's it for today's video. Like I said, I know it wasn't really exciting and I didn't share any new perfumes with you, but I hope that you at least enjoyed sitting down and having a cup of coffee, and maybe I gave you some ideas about how you want to go forward with your own collection. And stay tuned for the upcoming videos that I have in the very near future. I'm very excited to share them with you, and I will see you guys all next time. Bye for now.